but why do you talk about like news that just came out as like casually in chat? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, oh yeah, you know, I feel kind of whatever about that news that y'all don't know about because I just checked because I've been refreshing the blog, yada yada yada. I'm gonna bring it up casually, like I know everything. No, I don't need a link. The fuck I care about a Yakuza game that's never gonna come out over here. Whatever. Jesus. Yeah, all these outfits look retarded. Okay. Yeah, these all suck. Cosmos? Cosmos! I like that chick from Lost Odyssey. I need something practical, you know what I mean? Because I'm going to be hunting monsters. So I'm thinking like the short hair or like the hair, something short or in a ponytail. Like this is just absurd. Who would fight monsters like that? Who has a hairstyle like this? This looks familiar. I don't know, I think maybe short hair is the way to go for Monster Hunter. The problem is everybody's going to have the same hair. I need to pick one that's not going to be chosen a lot. I think this hair will look pretty sweet bouncing around while I'm slaying monsters. Aren't I gonna... Any suggestions on what race in Chaos? Well, it depends on what class you want to be. Which I recommend starting out as a monk. Am I even gonna see the character's hair? Isn't she gonna be wearing armor and helmets and shit? This hair moves pretty well. What do y'all think? The thing is, everybody's gonna pick this fucking hairstyle. Whatever. Who gives a shit? I'm just gonna give up on this game after playing it for like 45 minutes like I do every Monster Hunter. Kinda like that. Yaw! not bad. I kind of like this one too, though. For the yell, for the yeah. I'm gonna go with that one. How do I pick body type? I need to increase boob size. Where do I do that? I need something pretty tan. My character's gonna be out there hunting monsters all day. Oh shit, I gotta pick a name. I wish they had more hairstyles. I don't like the way the Cosmos hair looks. Plus, that's not very practical. This looks too much like a fucking Kingdom Hearts reject of that hairstyle. What do you think is going to be the least chosen hairstyle? You don't think this one's going to be chosen a lot? Or this one? need like a good earth tone. Is that color good enough? Don't wave like that. That kid died, by the way. What y'all didn't see was that he couldn't swim and that he was struggling and he drowned to death. What do you mean mods abuse power here? Care to explain yourself? Is that cat wearing a hat? The fuck? really still no voice acting? There's so little of it in the game. There's so little NPC talking to. You think they could actually voice it? What the fuck is he talking about? Shut the fuck up. God, that text box is so ugly. Alright, where do I go to get a quest? Where do I get my armor? It's great. Okay. I'll show you an abuse of power. I'm going to permaban you. Yay! That's called abusing power. And everybody laugh and call him stupid, which you can't see because you're banned. Shit. Okay. Where do I get to the armor and the questing and all that shit? Where the fuck am I supposed to go? I don't have the patience for this bullshit. My God. So, just to talk to somebody and they're supposed to give me some armor. There's armor in my chest at home. I thought I looked in there. I didn't see shit. fuck is the equipment? Listen, I'm not playing the fucking game yet. But I'm not gonna sit around and read boxes and boxes of text when I know what the fuck I need. I need my armor and I need to talk to a fucking guy who's gonna give me some fucking quests. Fucking Monster Hunter, man. Still has the stupidest fucking control scheme in the world. I don't think I've ever started a Monster Hunter game where I haven't accidentally wasted one of my sharpening items at the very start of the fucking game. Wow, there's levels. You still can't... So putting away your weapon is the same button that uses the item that's in your slot, which you change by holding down the L button, which is the same button that fixes the camera. But if you hold it down, it lets you switch items while holding it down. Then you gotta press square to switch items. It's so fucking stupid. Like, if you tap square, you use the item that you've selected, right? But to select the different items in your inventory, you have to hold down the shoulder button and press square to cycle between them. The shoulder button, which is the same as the one that straightens the camera, but you tap it to do that. It's like, no. Here's the thing. They didn't know what they were fucking doing with the PS2 Monster Hunters. They started to hit their stride with all the different PSP ones. And it looks like instead of reworking the controls from the ground up, which they should have done for this version, they decided to just shoehorn in the PSP controls into this game. And that's why, for whatever reason, the D-pad still moves the camera. Like that's necessary. It only does that because they did it in the PSP version. It's also the reason that, like, there's not analog camera control. There's, like, different set levels. Why? Because in the PSP version, the camera was controlled with the D-pad. So it made sense by tapping up on the D-pad for it to go to set levels. But when it's mapped to the right analog stick, what's the fucking point? It's like they didn't even think about it. They're just like, oh, just throw the PSP controls on there. Anyways. No, stupid. I understand the people that are Monster Hunter fans for years. These are people who like the cool things that this game offers, that this series offers, and have just gotten whatever used to. You're like abused, spouses or something, or you're in an abused relationship. These shitty controls and cameras haven't been beating you for so many fucking years that you're just, okay with it now. Yes. It's the reason I've never been able to get into this series. Because the start of these games is always horribly done. Because the camera and controls are not only, awful, it's just, they do some of the most batshit insane choices I've ever seen. So, what also sucks about this camera is that because it's levels, it's going to be really confusing when I'm trying to rotate it around and all of a sudden I get one of these. Because left and right on the analog stick is analog smooth, but up and down is fucking levels. Fucking stupid. Listen, me getting used to the controls doesn't make them any less terrible. And to be fair, this is what? How many monster games have been out? They couldn't have fixed it since then. There's been 6, 7, 8 Monster Hunter games. Alright. Someone please just tell me what the fuck to do. Has there been any dramatic changes to... The thing is, I get really frustrated when, games sell really well and they feel like they don't need to make any major changes to their franchise because of it. Even though, it's sort of like the camera in Metal Gear Solid, where whatever, in Metal Gear Solid 1 it needed to be that way, but it didn't need to be that way in 2 or 3. And finally, Kojima was like, well dude, how about we do this re-release of 3 that has, a camera for a sane person. And all of a sudden they got it. They were like, dude, this can still be a Metal Gear Solid game without being us using these stupid mechanics that we've been using all this time, Same with Resident Evil 4 and shit. But then there's these games that sell really well where, the developers, they get comfortable with the same fucking formula. Monster Hunter's one of those games, maybe. Dynasty Warriors is one of those games. Pokemon is one of those games. And they do these tiny little improvements here and there. But this one is not like the other 6 Monster Hunter games because there's underwater battles. Alright, who do I talk to get quests from? fuck's sake, does anyone know? God, what the fuck is this person talking about? Who gives me the tutorials? Who gives me all the fucking shit? All this shit is pointless, I know, because there's gonna be one fucking dude who is gonna give me in a text box every single thing I can do in the fucking game. And I'm just trying to find that person. There's no exploring in Monster Hunter. In fact, there's probably nothing to fucking do unless I get a quest. Where do I get a quest from? Like, there's things that these developers could do to refine the experience. They could streamline the beginning of these games. The beginnings of these games have been the exact same since the first one. Start does nothing but kick. Because these controls are brilliant. Smart design choices. Deliver one hunk of raw meat to the chief's son at the base camp. Oh, by the way, let's put away the my weapon with the button that uses an item without prompting me, or you know, switches between items when I have the left shoulder button pressed. By the way, this game does nothing with R2 and L2, mainly because the classic controller probably has them in the worst possible places imaginable. Like, that's the thing, this game needed to be on Xbox or PS3. Because I think it could have improved the control scheme, but this game can't come out on the Wii, which has one of the most retarded fucking controllers imaginable, so their one chance to bring this to consoles again finally and do the controls right. my sword and hit the heavy attack button to get the meat. It's this. It's the exact same. Put away my sword so I can run and charge him again. Put away my sword with square. Hit the circle button to get the meat. Just like every other fucking Monster Hunter game. Still got a stupid map with these stupid sectioned off fucking levels. The series just now again, I'm not gonna question like what this game does well. I'm not trying to deny that, but like I just think it could be so much better if they really thought about the controls in this game. And I'm not talking about the combat stuff. I'm talking about just basic shit. You know, they really think about the controls and redesign it and put it on a console that has, you know, a decent controller and a decent online interface. And like this series could, instead of being like this little niche hardcore thing, could be something way more successful, you know? Jeez, I don't have to like tell you how these controls should be improved for y'all to understand that they're fucked. Like, I should not bring up a menu by holding down a shoulder button, pressing X square to cycle through. Like, it's a fucking disaster. It's just the truth. This isn't a world, though. It's like there's no reason that Monster Hunter can't be created with like a large, like sort of sprawling world, and just like completely redone controls and you know an introduction to the game that is a lot more streamlined and new user friendly. The sad thing is, have you noticed that the reviews for each Monster Hunter have been gradually going up? And I think it has nothing to do with the quality of the game, which I think has been very, very much the same since the first one. It's just that back when the original Monster Hunter came out over here, it got shit scores. Like, just shit scores. From most like, review outlets. And the reason it's been gradually going up is because, as you know, the internet has evolved and we've become more aware of, you know, what Japan likes and what Japan sells. I think more and more people have come to realize that, wow, this is such a huge successful franchise in Japan and everybody loves it and it sells so well. How can we possibly be giving these low scores? It must be amazing. When, honestly, there's so many stupid design choices in this game, despite its qualities, that it kind of deserves the lower reviews that it used to get. But Demon Souls doesn't have these problems. Demon Souls is a hardcore game, just like this one, but it doesn't have the kinds of stupid ass like control and camera issues and just stupid design choices in terms of controls that Monster Hunter has. No, it's not that they overlook the. Well, what it is because the game is not very successful over here. You know, it's a very niche thing. People are like, oh, everything about it is great, and everybody needs to play because it's so great, and I love everything about it. When really, people... Ugh. No, Sakana, you can't change anything. Because all those people in Japan might not like it anymore. By the way, you see what I'm doing here? I'm moving my character around over and over again, just trying to talk to this fucking idiot. Terrible. Look. at all this shit. I mean, who do they expect to just, like, get you... Okay, where's the dude? Oh my god. Yeah, these graphics are terrific. Actually, by today's standards, they're pretty shitty. Well, the Wii has shitty graphics. I mean, technically speaking, by today's standards at least. Maybe if this was 5 years ago, this game would look really great. But you know, it was Nintendo's choice, and hey, they won the sword a way to run, and I switched. This game is the sad thing is great. This game is solely on the Wii for because of its install base. Nothing that Monster Hunter does lends itself to it being a better choice. I mean, like being on the Wii as the smarter choice. This should have been like a PS3 360 game. And it would have looked a hell of a lot more beautiful. And probably would have had a much nicer online feature. What am I even doing? Looking for resources. $30 resource points to Chief's son. Okay, what counts as a resource point? How do I make the map smaller? God, I fucking hate Monster Hunter. Everyone is the fucking same. And they all suck for the same fucking reasons. The controls are so bad, I have to like pause and think about them before I press a button. As to not screw something up. Did I just... what? Yeah, that made a hell of a lot of sense. It's fantastic. How come you can't redirect your combo? Like, not having a lock-on is one thing, but why can't you redirect where you're attacking mid-combo? I have to deliver some resource points. No, but I love Monster Hunter, so there can't possibly be anything that needs to be fixed about it. That's the mentality out there. And it's fucking embarrassing. The thing is, y'all haven't even seen Monster Hunter. You literally have to play this game for hours, not just to get used to all the stupid little systems and controls and quirks, but you have to play for hours, get some friends online, before you start to see, like, the draw of Monster Hunter. It's stupid. Like, there's no reason that this formula shouldn't have been changed or refined by now, you know? Okay. Like, like, what I'm doing here to complete this quest is absurd. Like, it's fucking absurd. Like, did y'all see what happened? The quest said I needed to gather some resource point. But instead of, like, me going out and maybe, like, as soon as I get all this resource points, like, oh, quest complete, you got it all, yay!
Next quest, it goes, now go back to your village. Report your kills to convert your kills to resource points. Now select the quest from the other menu and now turn in those resource points as towards the quest. Now the quest is complete. Yay. No! That's stupid and terrible. Ugh. Game Design 101. No, not 101. Game Design for kindergartners. Alright, good night.